Hi, and welcome to week 9 of the RPS at Home 8th grade math lessons. This is Ms. Shawn Newkirk, the math coach at Albert Hill Middle School. This week I have worked in conjunction with Ms. Ashley Russell, math teacher at Albert Hill Middle School, as well as Mrs. Pamela Cuther, secondary math specialist for Richmond City Public Schools high school level. This week we will be working on graphing linear functions, which is SOL 8.16D, where the students will graph a linear function given the equation in y equals mx plus b form. Today's objective: I can identify the y-intercept from a graph. Review: I will recall how to identify the types of slope, line, given a graph, positive, negative, or zero. Materials needed: notebook, lined paper, pencil. A quick review of this week's vocabulary. The terms are as follows: linear function, slope, positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, undefined slope, slope-intercept form of a linear equation, y equals mx plus b, and y-intercept. Please see the linear function description, pictorial description that is to the left as a reference for this week's vocabulary. On this video, you will find your instructional video for today's lesson, and it's entitled How to Find the X and Y Intercepts of a Line When You Have a Graph. Please pause the video presentation at this time and click on the link. Watch the video and take notes as needed. When you are ready, resume the slide so that we can go ahead and work on your independent practice. See you soon. Okay. We're going to go over a quick slope review before we begin independent practice, and these are the types of slope: a positive slope, which it rises from the left to the right; a negative slope, when it means it falls from as you go left to right; and zero means you have a straight horizontal line. So this is a quick review of types of slope that we have been covering in past lessons just before we get started on our independent practice. At this time, I want you to locate the notes that you took from the instructional link, and let's jump right into our independent practice. Here is example number 1. Locate the y-intercept of the given graph. What type of slope does the line have? We'd ask that you pause the slide presentation, answer example number 1, and resume when you're ready.
Let's look at the solution for example 1. In example 1, the y-intercept is b equals 4. Remember that the y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. To determine the type of slope, notice that our line is going in a downward motion as indicated by the green arrow, which means that our line has a negative slope.
Welcome back. Example number 2, you are to look at this graph and locate the y-intercept of the given graph. Then tell what type of slope does the line have, whether it's positive, negative, or zero. Pause the video, denote your answer, and resume when you're ready.
Let's look at the solution for example 2. In example 2, the y-intercept is b equals negative 3, because negative 3 is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. To determine the type of slope, we need to see what direction is our line going in. In example 2, our line is going in an upward direction, as indicated by the green arrow, which means that our line has a positive slope.
Next, you'll have your practice and homework problems. We ask that you please pause the slide. Take a second to respond to these questions. We will go over the answers to them at the top of tomorrow's session. That will be it for today. We'd ask that you please log into your Clever account and complete at least one Dreambox lesson. Remember, if you have the time and opportunity to do more, we would gladly love to see that you do so, but at least complete at least one lesson on today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.